out, gang. Want to see more crazy moments from Redhanded TV? Follow me now on Twitch.com. YB, your ass did that shit, boy. Y'all know YB guilty, folks. Tell me YB ain't guilty. That nigga named Cottrell. Any nigga named Cottrell did everything they said he did. Every Cottrell I know bad as hell, for. What you talking about? Hey, 1090, man, get in here and tell me what this nigga did, man. This nigga finna get 250 years. Why be gone forever?
What the Cache County Sheriff's Office is calling an ongoing investigation into criminal conduct.
We are learning new details about why young rapper NBA YoungBoy was arrested in Utah yesterday.
The rapper, whose real name is Kentrell Deshaun Galden, was under house arrest as he awaited trial on federal gun charges.
For jail,
Several agencies, including the FBI and Secret Service, executed a search warrant yesterday morning.
September 19th, 2023. Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram, Utah, received a prescription called in for a 74-year-old woman.
Wake your ass up, 1090J. This is a big story.
The physician who called provided the proper identification, but the number he called from wasn't from his pharmacy. A phone call to the suspected pharmacy would confirm suspicions. The pharmacist didn't have a patient named Bethel White. He never called in a prescription, and apparently someone's made several orders using his name that day. The prescription was for an antibiotic, as well as promethazine with codeine, a Schedule 5 controlled substance, and one of the most abused and sought-after drugs in hip-hop.
They got a hold of one of his books, folks.
The antibiotic was most likely just to make the prescription less of a red flag. Law enforcement would wait in the parking lot of Reed's Pharmacy waiting for someone to pick up the order, but nobody came. That same day, Spencer's Pharmacy in Logan, Utah, received a call from the same suspect using the same physician's information. This time, 71-year-old Gwendolyn Cox needed codeine. 2 weeks after the prescription was called in, a female came and picked it up, stating Gwendolyn was her grandmother. The following month, Spencer's Pharmacy received a second call requesting more lean for grandma. Spencer's obviously realized the 71-year-old didn't just drink all that syrup in less than 3 weeks, so this time they requested a hard copy of the prescription with the patient. So the suspect on the phone hung up the call. Spencer's Pharmacy attempted to call the number back after looking up the physician's name, only to make contact with the real physician, finding out someone's been fraudulently using their name. On January 17th, 2024,
so this how you niggas be doing this shit.
A prescription was called into Larry's Pharmacy in Smithfield, Utah. It was the same deal. Another elderly woman wanted lean, and when things looked suspicious, the pharmacy called the police. An agent assigned to the Cash Rich Drug Task Force would conduct the initial investigation. Obvious similarities between the reports from the different pharmacies would lead officers to devise a plan. Contact would be made, and 2 females would arrive at Larry's Pharmacy to pick up the prescription. They'd be detained, and officers would smell a strong odor of marijuana coming from the Chevy Tahoe they drove in. With the females consenting to a search, marijuana flakes would be found around the interior, along with an empty handgun case for a .45 caliber 1911. They'd claim the marijuana wasn't theirs, and they were picking up a prescription for a friend that they refused to name. The 2 women would later be arrested for their
Y'all letting the hoes be more solid than y'all? Y'all hear that? The hoes keeping it quiet. You niggas be telling it all. You niggas need to learn from the females. Shut the fuck up, goof ass niggas.
Prescription fraud ring, and officers would discover the Chevy Tahoe they were riding in was registered out of Texas under a 24-year-old man named Kentrell Galden. Kentrell would be more commonly known as rap superstar NBA YoungBoy.
I told y'all.
One of the task force agents would be contacted by dispatch and informed that none other than Gwendolyn Cox needed to speak with him.
Hey tech leads, this is Monday Dev, a platform to manage your entire product development.
Wait, Gwendolyn.
During the conversation, she'd state her last name was White instead of Cox, and she'd give her birth month and date, but couldn't provide the age and wouldn't provide her address.
Yeah,
it was very
you gotta
clear
have
to
the
the
info.
agent that Gwendolyn was using a fake voice, as this old woman sounded like a much younger male from the South.
Ooh.
She, or he, made a statement saying, "Well, I asked her to, and she said that she'll have you call me."
Hey, you know when they say, this voice can be recorded or monitored. Yeah, they recorded your ass, boy.
The terminology "ax" instead of
I ain't
"ask"
never think they
was
used to
a dead
record them
giveaway
bitches for
and
real.
consistent with a southern dialect
That's crazy.
from states like Texas, Georgia, and Louisiana. The following day, a person who self-identified as NBA YoungBoy's business manager attempted to contact the drug task force in an effort to get the Chevy Tahoe out of the impound. During this time, the impound company suspected the vehicle may be stolen.
You should have left that
after
bitch
speaking
in
with the
there.
so-called manager. So the task force officer requested to speak directly with YoungBoy.
Damn, YoungBoy,
On
you
a
doing
conference
all
call
this.
being recorded by dispatch, YoungBoy told the task force agent the females arrested at the pharmacy were family. The agent would ask about his relationship.
Oh, hell no. You gonna tell them the motherfuckers related to you, the niggas that who went in there and got the illegal shit? Is you crazy? Hell no. I ain't no relation. You should have left that Tahoe in the pound. Nigga, you could buy a gazillion one of them bitches.
The female, and if they had his permission to drive his vehicle.
Hell no,
to which
they
YoungBoy
didn't.
said they did have his permission,
Oh,
and he
you
asked
stupid.
for his vehicle back.
Oh,
The agent would
that's
tell YoungBoy
stupid.
how to get his vehicle back, and the conversation would continue when YoungBoy said, "Ask him about the prescription that they picked up." He paused for a few seconds.
You stupid! Why you gonna ask for the illegal prescriptions, you stupid man? YB, come on, YB. You can't be this dumb of a criminal. You were smart enough to get these scripts. You were smart enough to get fake names and fake informations and gather it up. But you is dumb enough to call yourself and ask for your vehicle back and say you related to the motherfuckers who got the illegal scripts and the drugs and shit. You ain't never asked for that shit. You stupid.
Or saying, "She on the fucking hospital bed. She on the hospital bed." The agent was aware YoungBoy was speaking to someone else.
You got a problem.
Who claimed to be YoungBoy's brother. The call would break up and go silent for durations of time, leading the agent to believe they were muting the call. Because YoungBoy was speaking about prescriptions without being asked, showed he had knowledge of the fraudulent
the
prescription
thing.
the
You
females attempted
stupid.
to pick up. It would also prove intent, as YoungBoy attempted to further the prescription fraud by stating
That is
she's
the-
on a hospital bed, referring to the fake patient. YoungBoy would also slip up using the word ax instead of ask, the same way the fake patient Gwendolyn did on the phone. And at this point, it would appear obvious NBA YoungBoy was pretending to be a 71-year-old woman in an attempt to get lean.
You
The
stupid.
drug task force would speak with the physician
You're
whose
the
name has
dumbest
been
criminal I
fraudulently
know.
used, and a report for how many prescriptions were successfully
Beatrice
picked up
White.
and made. Ann White, Beatrice White, Caroline White,
Damn.
Gwendolyn White, Alice White, Francine White,
What the
Francine
fuck?
Taylor, and Gwendolyn Cox were all fake elderly women whose names were used to pick up different amounts of codeine, sometimes repeatedly.
Is you crazy?
Surprisingly, NBA YoungBoy's own name, Cantrell Golden, will be used with a birth year of 1953.
Oh man, you the dumbest criminal, YB. You can't be that dumb of a criminal.
To pick up a 7-day supply of codeine. A juvenile would be apprehended at the pharmacy after attempting to pick it up.
You
Additional
too
calls
rich.
were made using YoungBoy's real name and real birth date by someone in Houston, Texas.
Oh, they
It was
got you,
discovered
boy.
the same white Tahoe registered in Texas that the females were arrested in could be seen in one of YoungBoy's music videos. Further investigation into YoungBoy
Damn,
was
they got
conducted
you, boy.
after he was identified as the primary suspect. Rising from the trenches of Baton Rouge, YoungBoy is documented to have lived in Louisiana, Texas, Georgia, California, and Utah. He's also currently on federal pretrial probation as he awaits trial for a federal gun charge for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. The rap star's criminal history is not only extensive, but violent. Back in 2016, YoungBoy was arrested on 2 charges of murder in Louisiana as a juvenile. The charges were eventually reduced, and YoungBoy would be convicted of aggravated assault with a firearm, while his second charge of attempted murder was dropped entirely. This conviction alone would make him a convicted felon. In 2018, he'd be arrested for aggravated assault and kidnapping, with the kidnapping later being dismissed. YoungBoy would plead guilty to a lesser charge of simple battery, resulting in a misdemeanor conviction and 12 months of probation. In 2019, YoungBoy would be arrested for marijuana in Georgia, and in 2020, he'd be arrested in Louisiana for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, distribution of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, illegally carrying a weapon, illegal possession of a stolen firearm, and possession of a controlled substance. In 2021, the feds would indict YoungBoy for his Louisiana gun charge, and 3 years later, he'd still be on pretrial release. YoungBoy has been identified by the FBI as the leader of the NBA street gang. The gang itself is a group of YoungBoy's associates that have been classified as a gang because of their structure, affiliation, and violent behavior. YoungBoy's music is heavily influenced by that behavior, as he is consistently rapping about shooting and killing people, using drugs, and having a strong dislike for law enforcement. The rap star currently resides in Huntsville, Utah, within a multi-million-dollar mansion he's named Gravedigger Mountain. With an ankle monitor, YoungBoy needs approval to leave his home for any reason, to the point that it doesn't even matter if it's a doctor's appointment. All guests that enter Gravedigger Mountain also have to be approved by his federal probation before entering the property. The same suspects that would be caught up attempting to pick up fraudulent prescriptions were all on YoungBoy's visiting list. On April 16, 2024, idiot. A search warrant was executed on Gravedigger Mountain. Everyone within the mansion was detained, including YoungBoy, and after being read his rights, he agreed to an interview. YoungBoy was asked about the presence of firearms inside of the home. He said a gun belonging to his wife was inside, and YoungBoy was asked if he ever handled the gun or if his DNA would be found on the gun. He denied that his DNA would be found, but stated 2 days earlier he had picked the gun up and moved it from an open area, placing it inside of a drawer. He'd claimed that was the only time he touched the gun, further stating his wife always has the gun within reach throughout the house. YoungBoy was asked about prescription drugs in his house, and he'd state he has a prescription for promethazine. He provided the doctor's name who prescribed it and said he was local. When asked if he had any doctors in Texas, he'd say no, and continued to deny having been prescribed drugs from any other doctor. When asked about his associates picking up fraudulent prescriptions, he claimed to have no knowledge of their activities. He confirmed his association with 3 of them, and when confronted about the call with the agent, he stated he didn't remember, making suggestions the agent likely spoke with his dad. But the agent would note YoungBoy has a very distinct voice, and that it was in fact him on the call, as the agent later spoke with YoungBoy's dad and could tell it wasn't him. YoungBoy was interviewed further, but continued to be deceptive and deny knowledge of anything illegal. During the search, law enforcement found a prescription bottle inside YoungBoy's bathroom within the master bedroom. The bottle was prescribed to Caroline White, one of the fraudulent names. An antibiotic would be found within YoungBoy's name, but with the birth date from 1955, and another bottle of promethazine would be found without a label. A handgun YoungBoy admitted to possessing would be found within the master bedroom closet, with an empty magazine and 1 round loaded in the chamber. 3 more bottles of promethazine would be found inside of the home, and all electronics was seized. NBA YoungBoy would be placed under arrest and charged with possession of a weapon by a restricted person. pattern of unlawful activity, 20 counts of identity fraud, 20 counts of procuring or attempting to procure a drug prescription, 20 counts of forgery, and possession of a controlled substance being marijuana or spice.
God.
Now, while it sounds like YoungBoy clearly has a drug problem and was using his team to obtain them, how serious are his actual charges? For possessing the weapon and the pattern of unlawful activity, he faces up to 15 years each.
Damn.
Both fraud and forgery carry up to 5 years in prison, while trying to get a prescription carries up to a year. Because he faces 62 charges, NBA YoungBoy is facing, at maximum, a total of 250 years.
Damn!
But it's highly unlikely he'd receive that sentence, as that's the max punishment on every count. What is likely to happen is the feds will indict YoungBoy again for being a felon in possession of a firearm, the same way they did after his arrest in Louisiana. If this happens, we can expect his pretrial release to be gone and YoungBoy to be kept in a federal facility until both federal cases come to an end. The fact that he admitted he moved the gun is an admission of guilt, which his lawyer will have to fight to get that statement thrown out. On top of that, the gun was found loaded in his bedroom closet, meaning while he may not have physically possessed it, even though he said he did, he could still be charged with constructive possession for the simple fact that he had access to it. Obviously, being placed on house arrest for years is damaging to one's mental health, and a drug addiction can blur one's mind. But we'll just have to wait and see if YoungBoy's legal team is able to find sympathy while prosecutors seek punishment and a judge weighs out justice.
What sympathy? What's finna happen? What they gonna give him? What they gonna do? 100 gazillion years? God damn, YB. Nah, I don't see how you can get out of this, man. He got too much evidence stacked against him. God damn, YB, you crazy. Why you wanna go and do that, man? You too goddamn rich, folk. Man, you niggas got everything. Man, if I had all, why? What the fuck? Is lean that good? God damn, what the fuck they put in it? You niggas want 100 years, 250 years? Y'all pretending to be old ladies to get that shit? Oh man, y'all crazy as hell, folks. I'm not doing nothing. What? Imagine having 100 million and doing 100 years. What? Gee, that thought alone would fuck me up, bro. Knowing I got all the money in the world, but I can't, I'm stuck in here. What the hell? No. This is what you call the crash out, folks. It's not worth it. Ain't nothing that worth it, folks. I'm looking at all them clips and all them videos. Folks look doomed. He looked doomed from the start, folks. God damn, what you made it. You got $100 million. You got a mountain. What the fuck more do you want, my nigga? Like, you niggas is tripping, folks. You niggas is tripping. This is the epitome of having it all and just, you're still not happy. Like, what can make you niggas happy? To stop doing stupid shit, folks. You got $100 million and you still being stupid. You still being reckless. You still being a menace to society. God damn, you niggas is dumb. Y'all already know it's your boy Redhandedtv, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Make sure y'all follow me at RedhandedGamingTV, man. Make sure y'all go to RedhandedTV.com for some merch, folks. Y'all already know it's your boy Redhandedtv, and I'm out, gang. I want the money and the cars, I don't want the fame, nigga. My life won't be the same, but I won't ever change. Run that money up, now they upset. I know it make them mad when they see that we up next. On these rappers' ass, got my foot up on all next. You niggas get in that room, turn the bitches, y'all love the gossip.
Headaches from these heartaches.
I'm so numb to this shit, I'm so numb to this shit.
I'm so numb to the pain, lost my brothers to the game. Shit'll never be the same, it'll never be the same.